Very shocking news. Loudly crying face. The painful secret of Jimin. Loudly crying face. The heartbreaking truth behind his smile. In the silence that falls after the cheering fades, there is a story of a boy who fought a war against his own reflection. A story of a soul so fragile yet so unbreakable that it changed the world. This is the untold journey of Park Jimin. To the world, Jimin is a masterpiece of grace and vocal perfection. But to understand Jimin, we must go back to the beginning, to the shadows and the tears that the cameras never captured. This is a story of a boy who was told he wasn't enough, a boy who starved himself for a dream, and a man who became a symbol of hope for millions while battling his own internal storms. The journey began in Busan, where a young Jimin dreamed of dancing among the stars. But the path was never smooth. Jimin's family faced significant financial hardships, and the weight of their struggles rested heavily on Jimin's young shoulders. Jimin was a top student in contemporary dance, but the transition to the world of idols was a brutal awakening. When Jimin moved to Seoul to join Big Hit, Jimin didn't have the luxury of confidence. Jimin arrived with nothing but a suitcase and a desperate hunger to succeed. The fear of failure wasn't just a thought, it was a physical weight that Jimin carried every single day. The trainee days were a living nightmare for Jimin. While others had years to prepare, Jimin had very little time. Jimin was constantly on the verge of being cut from the group. Imagine the mental agony of being told, time and time again, that you might not make it. According to various media sources and interviews, Jimin faced the threat of elimination nearly 8 times. Every time the list of trainees was reviewed, Jimin's heart would stop, fearing his name would be gone. This uncertainty pushed Jimin to an extreme that few could survive. Jimin would sleep only 2 or 3 hours a night. Jimin would stay in the practice room until the sun rose, practicing a single move thousands of times until his body collapsed from exhaustion. But the physical pain was only half the battle. Jimin struggled with a deep, crushing sense of insecurity. Jimin looked in the mirror and didn't like what Jimin saw. This led to one of the darkest periods in Jimin's life. During the blood, sweat and tears era, Jimin followed a dangerously restrictive diet, often going days without eating a proper meal. Jimin wanted to look perfect for the fans, but in the process, Jimin was breaking his own body. Jimin has since spoken about how he would look at his reflection and feel a sense of emptiness. There were moments when Jimin sat alone in the dark, questioning if the sacrifice was worth it, wondering if Jimin would ever be good enough for the world. There was a time when Jimin almost gave up. The pressure to be the perfect dancer, the perfect singer, and the perfect idol was suffocating. Jimin felt like he was falling behind his members. Jimin felt like a burden. But in those moments of absolute despair, Jimin found a reason to stay. It was the bond with the other members and the silent letters from fans that kept Jimin's heart beating. Jimin chose to turn his pain into art. Jimin took the rejection, the cold practice rooms, and the hunger, and Jimin poured them into his music. Every high note Jimin hits today is a scream from the past, a victory over the boy who was told he couldn't sing. Even after achieving global superstardom, the shadows did not fully disappear. Success brought a different kind of pressure. While verified medical reports remain private, Jimin has been open about his struggles with loneliness and the immense weight of expectation. Various media sources suggest that the transition from a group member to a solo artist brought back many of the old anxieties. Jimin admitted that during the production of his solo work, Jimin felt lost and overwhelmed. The world saw a record-breaking artist, but inside, Jimin was still that same boy from Busan, trying to prove his worth. This vulnerability is why the world loves Jimin. People don't just love Jimin for his dance. They love Jimin because he carries his wounds openly. The success Jimin has achieved is nothing short of legendary. In 2023, Jimin made history as the first South Korean solo artist to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with the song Like Crazy. Verified financial data and media outlets estimate Jimin's net worth to be in the tens of millions, and his influence has driven luxury brands like Dior and Tiffany & Company. to record-breaking heights. Jimin has received countless awards, including the Net Asian Music Awards and honors from the Korean government for spreading culture. But for Jimin, the money and the trophies are secondary. Jimin has often stated that his greatest achievement is being able to comfort someone who is hurting. Why do fans feel such a deep, visceral connection to Jimin? It is because Jimin represents the struggle of the human spirit. When Jimin cries on stage, it isn't for show. It is the release of years of held-back pain. When Jimin smiles, it is a hard-won victory. Jimin has a way of looking at a crowd and making every individual feel seen. He is the artist who will apologize for a small vocal crack that no one even noticed, because he cares that much about the experience he gives to his audience. His perfectionism is born from a place of deep respect for his craft and his fans. Jimin's future is a path of healing and discovery. Jimin dreams of continuing to push the boundaries of dance and music, but more importantly, Jimin dreams of being at peace with himself. Jimin has expressed a desire to be a good person before being a good artist. His solo journey has been about finding his own voice, separate from the noise of the world. Jimin's future plans involve creating music that acts as a bridge between hearts, a language that needs no translation. He wants to grow old with his fans, sharing the stories of life, aging, and the enduring power of love. As we look at the man Jimin has become, we must remember the cost of his grace. Every beautiful movement on stage is the result of 1,000 falls. Every sweet melody is the result of 1,000 silent cries. Jimin is a reminder that you don't have to be perfect to be extraordinary. You just have to be brave enough to keep going. Jimin's story is a light for anyone sitting in a dark room, feeling like they aren't enough. Jimin is the proof that the world can be cold, but your heart can stay warm. In the end, Jimin's legacy will not be the charts or the wealth. It will be the way he made us feel. It will be the courage he gave us to face our own mirrors. Jimin is a soul who gave his youth to the world, and in return, the world found a reason to believe in kindness again. Let us hold on to the hope that Jimin gives us. Let us respect the journey of a boy who crawled through thorns to give us roses. Park Jimin is not just a star in the sky. Jimin is the heartbeat of a generation that refused to give up. As long as there is music, there will be the spirit of Jimin, forever dancing, forever singing, and forever reminding us that we are beautiful, just as we are.